Hello everyone, so it's been a couple of weeks since I put a video up, so I thought I'd do a quick update for you on what's been going on. And as it's Friday night, seems like a good excuse to get a few beers down as well. So grab yourself a glass and join me for a beer. Okay, so tomorrow, hopefully I'll get this video up tonight, so tomorrow is still tomorrow, for those of you who watch it on the Friday. But tomorrow is the Memorial Brew Day for Jim Payne, so I'm going to be brewing a beer for that. I'm not going to be doing pedigree because I don't like it. So I know a few people are brewing that beer in memory of Jim. But I'm not going to brew a keg's worth of beer that I'm not really that keen on drinking. Homebrew version may well be better than the bottled stuff that you get, but I'm just not that keen. So I'm going to be doing an APA instead. It's based on a recipe that I've pinched off of the Malt Miller, which I believe was posted on there by Fraser Withers. So it's supposed to be a competition winning recipe that he's put on there called Crossroads APA. It's got Mosaic as the main hop, but some Columbus and Centennial in that as well. I've been prepping some stuff for it tonight so that I can get on with it really early tomorrow and hopefully get onto the live stream for the brew day. So Hapless Ginger Brew, Graham is going to be hosting a Hangouts for that and streaming it onto YouTube. Hopefully I'll manage to get onto that early doors, and yeah, so tune into that and you can watch myself and probably quite a few other people hopefully brewing various beers, a few people doing the pedigree like I said, but there's a few other things going on as well, so it should be a good laugh and a nice way to remember Jim. And I know that some of his family are aware of what's going on and are going to be tuning in as well, so yeah, it'd be nice to put on a good show for that. Not sure how entertaining it will be for non-brewers to tune in and watch that, but either way, it's just nice to show everyone doing something in memory of Jim, and you know, all the stuff that he did with his channel and on the Facebook groups and forums and so on. So yeah, so that's what's happening tomorrow. What else have I been doing? I have, hang on a minute, give me 1 second. So I've been building another twin chiller for one of the club members at the Bedford Homebrewers, who it turns out only lives down the road from me, so he's going to pop round tomorrow hopefully and collect this. So it's all done. Yeah, the same design as I put up in the videos before, not the one with the incorporated whirlpool, but the one before that. Yeah, so looks quite neat and tidy. Hopefully there's no leaks in it. I need to check that before I give it to him tomorrow, but that's Martin's twin chiller for him. Other than that, had quite a few brews on recently. I've got quite a few videos lined up which are going to be coming up soon, but either the beers aren't quite ready for the final bit, or one of the videos is based on the Smash brew that I'm doing for the Smash Off. That's obviously, the Smash Off hasn't happened yet, so I don't want to put the video up about what beer it is, because otherwise that ruins the anonymity part of it, assuming that the Smash Off still happens, but that's a whole different story. I'm not going to go into that on this video. Other things I've been brewing, I've done the Tropical Pale Ale, which is in the keys. I'm just waiting for that to carb up. I'm really desperate to give that a try because I think it's going to be really good. It's got Galaxy and Vic Secret hops in it, and I've used the Imperial citrus yeast in there as well. Yeah, smelt really good going into the keg, and the samples tasted pretty decent as well once I managed to strain the hops out of them, because it was thick with hops, that one. So that should be good. I've got a New England IPA still in the fermenting fridge. There's a bock that is conditioning in bottles, and then there's a little experimental one which I'm also doing a video on. So there's loads of grain to glass videos to come, but none of them are quite finished yet, so watch out for those. And again, that's one of the reasons I thought I'd do a quick update video. That's about it really in terms of what I've been doing brewing wise, so let's drink a beer. I've been lucky enough to receive quite a bit of Beermail recently, and there's a couple of other packages hopefully on the way as well. So thank you to everyone who's sent me some Beermail recently. I will be sending some stuff back out to various people, including a certain doctor from Sweden. So this is one of the bottles that Dr. Hans sent me. Thank you very much, Johnny, for that. Much appreciated. Obviously, it's international Beermail is a little bit more costly than your usual parcel costs, and I really appreciate the effort and the cost that that you've gone to sending that to me. So this is one of the beers. All of his bottles came with a rather attractive looking lady on the label, which is nice, and this is the Swedish Blonde. So blonde woman, blonde beer, Swedish Blonde. There is a video that the doctor put up for this, grain to glass, so I'll put a link up for that. The brew is using some interesting Swedish ingredients. So the yeast is Swedish ester yeast from a company called K Yeast, which I believe are from Sweden, and some Swedish Boulder malt by a local maltings to him called, this probably is pronounced wrong, but Varbokvarn. Yeah, so a kind of Belgian Swedish style blonde ale. Let's give it a go. It's one of Dr. Hans' beers, so it's got to go into a Teku glass, really, hasn't it? Because we know the doctor likes his Teku glass for doing beer tastings. Okay, I've had these a little while, so it's been in the fridge for quite some time. I believe these are all off the keg because there doesn't appear to be any sediment in them. Let's get it into the glass and see what we've got. Okay, so I believe it's a single malt, but it's got a nice golden colour to it. Pretty good clarity, not 100% crystal clear, but near as damn it. A fairly small little frothy head on the top, and some good carbonation there, as you can see. Lots of bubbles streaming up the sides. So it's definitely got yeah, that slightly banana-y, bubblegum kind of Belgian yeast smell on the nose. A little bit like a Weiss beer, but with that slightly more, I guess, estery Belgian thing going on. So yeah, definitely smells like a Belgian blonde ale to me. It's a little bit cold at the moment out of the fridge, so I think it would probably benefit from warming up a touch, just to bring out some of the flavours from the malt and so on. But it's pretty nice. It's got a nice clean flavour to it. There is definitely that estery taste from the yeast, which is quite pleasant. It's not overly spicy or phenolic, which you can get with some kind of Belgian style yeast. I'm not a massive fan of those sorts of flavours personally. These are the kind of flavours that I like from Belgian beers of this type, the kind of more lighter blonde ales and so on. And it's just yeah, quite drinkable, to be honest. So it's not too strong. It's a 4.7% ABV, and yeah, definitely quite sessionable, I'd say. It's fairly dry and crisp, but there's a nice maltiness to it. So decent bit of flavour from the grain, not too thin at all. Yeah, that's a decent beer, that is. I quite enjoyed that. So thank you very much, Dr. Hans, and I will try and review the other two beers that you sent me, and also the the Yule Must as well. So I got an extra bonus bottle of a local, well, a Swedish drink that I asked about on one of the doctor's live streams around Christmas, and he remembered me asking a question about it, and he sent me a little bottle of it through. So I will drink some of that and review it as well. But yeah, so that's the Swedish Blonde from Dr. Hans. Thank you very much. Nice beer. I'll drink this and maybe sample something else as well. Right, so next beer, and I got another 3 beers from Matthew Callaby. So this is the Yellow Cap version 5. There is a video for this. If you've got about 3 hours of spare time to go and watch it, it's one of the longest. It's not 3 hours long, but it's a bit of an epic. It's the you know, director's cut as far as brew day videos go. So yeah, it's the best part of an hour, I think. But he did a very in-depth video. I haven't managed to watch it all the way through because yeah, it's like 5 minutes is a good, you know, amount of time for me to get to be able to watch a video on YouTube. Nearly an hour it's going to take a few sittings to get through that one, but go and check it out. Link up there to the video. And yeah, Simcoe and Huell Melon. The New England IPA I mentioned in the fridge behind me was Mosaic and Huell Melon, so it is apparently a hop that works in combination with slightly more flavoursome hops quite well, because on its own apparently it's not actually that that exciting. But yeah, this should be good. I like Simcoe. It's 4.6% again, or no, well, the other one was 4.7, but close enough. 36 IBUs, so a good sessionable pale ale. Let's get into it. Love the labels as well. Some good carbonation on this. Did I check whether it was off of a keg? No, I didn't, but I'm not going to pour it all in one go anyway. I think it's kegged. Nice colour, pretty similar to the last one. So yeah, that kind of just golden, pale straw golden colour. Good clarity. Yeah, you can pretty much see all the way through that. And a decent level of carbonation and head on it as well. So aroma wise, that's got a nice quite a light, there is quite a melon like smell to that actually. I've just said how the Huell melon hops are not that flavoursome, but that does actually smell quite melony to me. It smells quite a lot like a beer that I've just finished on keg actually. It smells really similar to the low ABV pale ale that I did, that I had a video on. I didn't have the same combination of hops at all, but the aroma is really similar, which is odd. And again, it's kind of similar flavour wise, which I'm also finding quite odd, because it's very different beer in all respects really, in terms of the hopping and obviously the recipe and stuff as well. But yeah, so it's not massively hoppy or bitter. It's definitely got the balance in terms of bitterness and the malt kind of flavour to it, in the right area for a pale ale or APA. Flavour wise, it's kind of got the like I said, a light kind of melony taste to it. It's like quite a sweet, fruity, little bit of peach maybe. I get a little bit of strawberry off of that actually, to be honest. It's one of those where it's quite difficult to pick out the flavours, but there's a definite yeah, kind of sweet, almost berry-like fruitiness to it. I don't know. I find it really difficult to pick out the specific flavours from hops sometimes, but the important thing is it tastes nice and it's very sessionable. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to session it. So yeah, thanks again, Matt, and I will send some beers your way soon. It's a very nice beverage. Cheers. Okay, so last beer for this video. It's the Flask Gordon. So many thanks to Timmi Jenkins for forwarding it on to me. You can see some Brewtube royalty have already had this. We just spin it round and show you who's signed it so far. But yeah, I'm really excited about getting it after Timmi, because it means that it's loaded with a probably awesome New England IPA. So I think this is his Citra and Amarillo New England IPA that he's just brewed. He had a bit of trouble getting the top off apparently, so I can see why. Fucking hell. Bear with me 1 minute. Right, so I've resorted to attaching a vice to the lid to get it off. It's working. I think maybe once you seal this up, and chill it down, maybe the kind of sucks the lid back in. Anyway, that should do it. There we go. Woohoo! We got a hiss. I think this is 2 litres. Is this 2 litres? I'm not going to drink all of it on camera. Also remember that it was really difficult getting the beer into the glass without spilling it everywhere off of these things. Oh no, that's not too bad. Is this the 3rd incarnation of Flask Gordon? Or maybe even the 4th, I don't know, but the one prior to this, I did have it actually before. There's a video from quite a while back, nearly 2 years I think. Mick Martin passed me to Flask Gordon, Flat Beer Brewing. I'll chuck up a link to him as well. So this is going to go back to Mick because he sent me the last one. Well, he didn't send me the last one, he brought it round to me. So I'm going to give it back to him, just to, you know, reciprocate the favour. So sorry, there's not going to be a Flask Gordon competition or anything this time. But unfortunately, the person that I passed it on to, it didn't get any further after that. Not going to throw any names out there, but you know, these are the sorts of things that lead to not really getting sent or passed on beer anymore. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. And felt slightly guilty that I was kind of responsible for it disappearing last time. Well, I wasn't responsible, but you know, I was last link in the chain before it disappeared anyway. But that's not important because the new one's here and it's going to be in safe hands from now on, hopefully. Let's talk about this beer from Timmi Jenkins. As per usual, it's a pea super in terms of clarity, but it's a New England IPA, so that's what we want. That does properly look like orange juice, and actually on the aroma, yeah, it smells very orange juice, like breakfast juice. A little bit of pineapple, a little bit of mango, all the usual tropical descriptors in there. Not gonna hang about, let's get into it. Ooh, yeah, that's pretty decent. So, real nice, kind of thick mouthfeel. I think there's a load of maltodextrin in this or something, which is probably helping with that. I think it's definitely more, it is more citrus in terms of the flavour. So it's yeah, it's kind of orange juicy beer, a little bit pineapple. The bitterness is pretty minimal. If there's any bitterness at all, it's more the kind of, I guess, the acidity of that citrus flavour that's coming through. But it's, I mean, I say it every time with Timmi's beers, it's pretty much bang on. So really nice. Compared to the last New England IPA that I was raving about, and several others were, do I prefer that or this one? It's pretty close. I think Timmi maybe thinks this one is his best yet. It is really good. I think I actually preferred the previous one in terms of the flavour, like the fruit flavour profile. The last one had more of a kind of big mango hit to my palate. But yeah, what was that one? Equinaut and Eldorado, I think, possibly. This one has a little bit more of the that kind of, yeah, like I said, citrus kind of flavour to it. So that's probably just my preference, but it's still bloody good beer, sir. So I'm going to leave it there because I can't drink too many more on camera or I will end up absolutely shit hammered. So cheers, thank you Timmy. Gonna drink the rest of that tonight now that it's opened, because you don't want to leave this sort of thing to get oxidized. So yeah, I've got to get up early tomorrow to do this fucking brew. Shit. Sure, it'll be fine. See you tomorrow.
I'm the dude, so that's what you call me, you know? That or his dudeness or Duder or, you know, El Duderino.